The Jambos sit top of the league, Rangers drop points, Celtic defeated St Mirren 1-0 and the Jambo Bear is lost in a party mode. Welcome back to Fog Football. It is the first review show of this season in terms of domestically in the league. Obviously, we did the Premier Sports. I've got a European preview show to do later on the day, even though we're already a day into it. But you know what, there's so much going on. Transfers, games, review shows, previews. Hell, there could be some managerial sackings going on very soon, just to throw another curveball in there. But we're going to begin in League 2. Right, we're not going to look at the league tables for League 2, League 1 or the Championship, just due to the simple fact is, we're one game in. We will, for the sake of the Premiership, because you know what, the Jambo Bear, he deserves that recognition. His team, they've never, when was the last time Hearts were sitting top of the table? I think actually, were they sitting at top of the table a couple of years ago? Was it 21-22? I think Hibs and Hearts both had like a weekend at the top of the table early on. So, point is, guys, it's been a while since Hearts sat at top of the table. But let's look at League 2 then, shall we? So on Saturday, and Athletic defeated Elgin City 3-2. So 5-goal thriller there. Big Lewis, the referee. Dumbarton defeated Clyde 2-1. East Kilbride lost 3-1 to the Spartans. And I don't know what's happened, folks, but East Kilbride scudding teams left, right and centre in the Premier Sports Cup. Then it kind of flipped on its head. They started getting scudded and you're thinking, oh well, they're taking on some higher teams, right, in this cup competition. Their bubble was eventually going to burst, but they can maybe blow another one when they kick off in the League 2 campaign. No, they get beat 3-1 by the Spartans. I was a bit shocked by that. Edinburgh City 1, Stirling Albion 2. Big Russell there with a brace, and Robert got a goal late on. Firth Athletic defeated Stranraer 1-0, Stuart Morrison. And that is it for your League 2 results. Load of goals, load of action, a lot of red cards as well. That takes us into League 1. Right, so, Cove Rangers now, Queen of the South 2. Not surprised by this. Queen of the South, I think definitely one of the favourites to get promoted from League 1. Moving on though, Hamilton Academical defeated Montrose 2-0. Trialist C got a goal there. Ollie Shaw as well. There was some good back and forth digs here between the admins of Montrose and Hamilton on Twitter. Tell you what, you get a lot of good back and forth between the admins on Twitter in Scottish football these days. But yeah, Hamilton, they can't sign anyone, I believe. All the people they can really sign are just like youth players from the UK. They've signed quite a few from England, obviously, with their transfer was an embargo. So I still think they're one of the favourites to go up, but it just depends what happens, folks, because bit of a disaster it's happened, and the whole stadium fiasco as well of years gone by. It's just Hamilton, man. It's crazy to think not that long ago they were in the top flight doing some decent business. Kelly Hearts 0, Inverness 3. No real surprise that Inverness have got the job done. Big Billy Mackay with the goal as well. Guy just bangs in goals for free, doesn't he? David Witherspoon as well. Got a lot of decent players, Inverness. I think they'll win the league. Did I predict that? Hell, maybe need to look back at that. Moving on to this. 4-1 for Big Peter. East Fife, brilliant, phenomenal viewing. Not really. Dick Campbell won't be happy there, but tell you what, man, that's a surprising result. I thought East Fife would have picked up the victory. Then the final game in League 1 to talk about. Stenhousemuir 1, Alloa Athletic 2. And Stenhousemuir took the lead, and then Alloa managed to claw back with 2 goals. Moving into the Championship, though, we've got some tasty ones here. So, as you can see, this one was a bit of a shocker, innit? Because Falkirk. Where's Falkirk, folks? Why did I say Falkirk? They're not even here. They're not even in this league anymore. Ross County went 2-0 up. Keel Wright, 2 goals there. And then Ewan Anderson, so 2 braces, got 2 goals in the second half for Airdrie to fight back with a 2-each draw. So it was a long way back up to the Highlands for Ross County. They won't be too happy with that. Greenock Morton drew 0-0 with Dunfermline. Bit disappointing. I probably expected a wee bit more from Dunfermline. Considering, Neil Lennon, new signings, new season, what can they do? I mean, not that a draw against Greenock Morton's a disaster by any means, but I don't know, folks, kind of expect a wee bit more, no? Anyway, moving on to Raith Rovers versus Queen's Park. This ended 1 each, 2 penalties. Michael Roof and Dylan Easton with the goals. Not much more to report on. Two teams that, I mean, Queens could go down, to be fair, but I just don't see no team here will be going up. Rafe, I think they've had their chance. St Johnstone 5, Partick Thistle 1. Big Joshua McPake, whatever you want to call him. 3 goals, hat-trick. Stevie Mallon with a goal, James Gollan with a goal, Patrick Reedon with a goal. Tell you what, 5-1. Could this be the most unexpected result of the weekend? Because Partick Thistle absolutely flying high, folks, from the Premier Sports Cup. And now here they are, absolutely scudded, looking embarrassed. Pretty insane this has happened, because I didn't expect, I thought St Johnstone would probably win. I think I predicted a draw, but for them to get beat 5-1, it's crazy. And then on Friday, we had Ayr United. They took an early lead with Jamie Murphy, formerly of Rangers, and then Nikolai Todorov with the goal for Arbroath to make it 1 each. Shockeroonie. I think most people expected Ayr to win, so a lot of teams that we all expected to win didn't, but I mean, I'm not saying it's game over for the likes of Ayr and for Dunfermline, but I don't know, St Johnstone straight away winning 5-1. It's just, it's putting the gauntlet down into like St Johnstone already a 2 points clear of their rivals. Speaking of 2 points clear of their rivals, Hearts, moving on to the Premiership, they defeated Aberdeen. Hearts aren't Rangers' rivals, but you know what, Rangers are 2 points off everyone at the top of the table, so yeah, how about that? As for this game, tell you what, man, was it Milne? Rattled the post for Hearts. What a shot that was. But for me, an early goal of the season contender. Rightfully ruled out, because I don't know what Craig Halkett's playing at, but that Lawrence Shankland offside goal, man. Oh my days, what a phenomenal effort. But 2 goals from Hearts, Stuart Finlay and Graham Shinney with the goals. Well, Graham Shinney with an own goal, of course. Here, Hearts thoroughly deserved to win this game. Should have been more. A lot of fighting talk from Tony Bloom. I welcome it, honestly, man. Like, if Rangers can't win the league, then I'd much rather be anyone than Celtic. So, see these teams that are fighting talk, Hearts, absolutely. Look at the past. How many? What is it, man? The past 14 titles, Celtic have won 13, Rangers have won 1. See how much better that would be if that was, Hearts winning 13 and Rangers winning 1. It wouldn't be, I'll say how much better. It would still be us winning 1, but you get my point, folks. You get my point. But yeah, for the sake of this league, it needs it. And yeah, I really hope there's some proof in the pudding here, so to speak. I hope Tony Bloom can deliver. As for Hearts, we all expected this. He went with 4-0. I went with 2-0. I was bang on the money. I tend to be bang on the money. So yeah, good result for Hearts. Great result. Moving on though to Sunday. Celtic 1. St Mirren 0. Flag Day. Celtic weren't that good, but they won. It's 3 points, and at this stage, before they make any signings, that's all they really need it, to be honest. But at the same time, question marks there. Obviously they've signed, was it Jamal Simpson Porche, or whatever you want to call his second name, man. That'll be interesting on Sky when he touches the ball. But crucial 3 points, but it raises a lot of question marks. And I was actually looking at the odds. For the not Victoria Pleasant, the Slovan Bratislava and that team for Albani Karate or whatever. That team's actually like clear favourites to defeat Slovan Bratislava. I thought Slovan Bratislava would have been clear favourites to beat them. So either or, Celtic haven't demanded that their game in between the playoffs be postponed. They do take on Levy. I'm not too sure if they're at home or away. I think every team should use their right to postpone the games in between the playoffs, because it just gives you a massive boost, man. It lets you rest players, but maybe at this stage of the season, some teams are like, you know what, we're building fitness and it's actually better for us to play it. I understand both sides of it, but I'm glad that Rangers will exercise their right to do it. But yeah, Celtic win 1-0. Dundee, they put 11 guys behind the ball. They went 2-0 down. Finlay Robertson did get a goal back for them. And that man for Hibs, big boy, man. He should be the starting striker. That is one of the few things that I actually agree with Michael Stewart on. Alright? This guy should be the starting striker, believe it or not. Believe it or frickin' not. But Hibs, yeah, you know what? On paper, this may not look that great. What do you mean? They just defeated Dundee. They just defeated Dundee 2-1. What's so special about that? Dundee are ranked rotten. Tell you what, I'll whisper this. If Rangers don't scud Dundee on Saturday, there'll be big problems. Well, I say scuds, as long as it's 3 points, but what Rangers did last night against Victoria Pilsen should be what we do to Dundee tenfold, man. Honestly, replicate what we did in the first 60 minutes, it should be 6-0. But here, I'll take a win. Moving on, it's on Premier Sports, by the way. Yeah, how great's that? Moving on, though. Moving on, baby. Falkirk 2, Dundee United 2. This was a very good game of football. Good goals, attacking play. Some lucky goals, some drama, point apiece. Falkirk, just good seeing a team in this league who can actually, sell at their stadium. Oh, but they've only got 3 stands. Well, you know what? Yes, they've only got 3 stands, but see when they show you seeing the TV cameras are there, they may as well have 4 stands, because it's 3 packed out stands. That's better than Livy's 4 stands, and half of 1 stand's packed out, and the other 3 are empty, so this is much better, alright? No need to get about it, but I'm going to hit pause, because some Baxter's tomato soup needs so I'll be back in a minute. Soup tanned, it's ready to go, so let's move on to the next game. Well, let's not move on to the next game, shall we? Motherwell won, Rangers won. I think it's a good thing, it's a great thing actually that I'm talking about this game after the Champions League heroics when we've just defeated Victoria Pilsen 3-0, because if I was talking about this on Sunday or Monday or hell, yesterday before that Champions League match, I would have exploded. I probably would have, but here, hopefully Russell Martin has learned from his mistakes. Hopefully the players that played against Victoria Pilsen will be the players to start from now on, and if they are, I think we'll have a successful season. If they're not, and we go back to the dross of this game, then we're fucking snookered. It's quite that simple. Tav, Danilo, Dial, they all dropped out the 11. Raskin did, but I mean, come on, I'm not going to sit here and say Raskin's washed all this. He's not, right? He's not. Yeah, he's not had the greatest start to the season, right? But Nico Raskin is not why Rangers drew 1 each with Motherwell. He's just not. The likes of Kieran Dial are, right? The subs, the Cortezes, the Baramis of this world. I never want to see them again. I don't. Honestly, man. Nothing. I mean, apart from winning a quad this season, nothing would bring me pure joy like seeing Cortez, Barami, Kieran Doyle, and the rest of those type of guys just leave this club over like the next week. Nothing would bring me. It would be unrivaled joy, put it that way. But yeah, as for the game, I mean, decent header by Tav, but attacking wise, it was tragic, man. And Motherwell deserved to win. Can't even say we deserved a point. They deserved to win, and that's the damning indictment on it. Back to the other game, the kickoff. Kelly versus Livy. 2 each. Obviously, Kelly went down to 10 men. Probably was a red, wasn't it? Robbie Muirhead and Scott Pittman clawed back 2 goals for Livy. Crucial draw for them. But as we look at the league table, Aberdeen sit rock bottom. St Mirren and Dundee, the only other 2 teams to lose. Then we've got a whole host of teams on 1 point. Rangers, we sit 9th. Motherwell 8th, Kelly 7th, Dundee United 6th, Livy 5th, Falkirk 4th, then into the top 3, Celtic sit 3rd, Hibs sit 2nd, and Hearts sit 1st. Hearts, Heart and Midlothian sit top of the table. How many more match days will we be saying that for? Well, let's actually just have a wee cheeky look here at the fixtures for this coming weekend. So, as you can see, Livy Falkirk, so battle of the new promoted teams, that'll be an interesting one. St Mirren at home against Motherwell. St Mirren just off the back of that defeat against Celtic, so I would expect them to bounce back. But Motherwell were really good against us, so we'll have to wait and see. Then, Saturday night, 5:45 kickoff, Rangers at home to Dundee. That has to be 3 points, right? That can only be 3 points. It will be. Aberdeen play Celtic. Aberdeen off the back of a loss. They'll need to win. Make no mistake about it, right? They will need to get the job done. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Right? Then, what we've got is another case of Celtic. Well, they weren't that good. They'll need to get the job done. So we'll see how that goes for them. But obviously, what I want is Aberdeen to pick up the points. But if Celtic replicate the same type of performance that they did against St Mirren, then you never know, guys. You know, I think Aberdeen could get a draw, maybe a win. Be fantastic. Come on, Aberdeen, do something for me. Dundee United against Hearts. Hearts, no bad whatsoever. I think Hearts will win that. And then Hibs against Kelly, I think Hibs will win. So I think there's a good chance that the three teams on 3 points will be sitting on 6 points afterwards. But yeah, we'll review it. But a lot of 2 games on telly. Be another great wee weekend. Till next time. Peace.